I was there. I was one of the people behind the gates. No one talks about the people behind the gates. I managed to get through. I saw Jesus. I got close enough to talk to him. It was something I had to do, something I'd been waiting to do. Right alongside him were the soldiers. You could still see Jesus riding away when Pilate rode up right in the middle of the crowd and spoke. I'd never seen Pilate before. I'd had to obey his laws, so he was a part of my life, but I'd never seen him. He was exactly what I imagined.
My people, my good people, you are the ones who deserve the very best this country has to offer. You are the people who have made this country what it is today. And you know one of the things I admire about you most? You're smart. You know who and what to believe. You're too smart to believe the traitorous propaganda from some fanatic Jew who walks around spouting. You are smart enough not to fall for any nonsense that says we should share what we've worked for all our lives, what our parents and grandparents sacrificed so much for, and throw it away to people who are too lazy to work for themselves. Then, unbelievably, this fanatic says that you'll be rewarded for it. Somewhere, somehow, there will be this great reward for giving what is rightfully yours away. And you tell me, after you do this so-called sharing thing, what will you have left? What will this country, our country that we all love so much, have left?
Did I know he was in danger? What kind of a mother would I be to not know that? He'd been in danger for a very long time. I told him, you don't antagonize men that corrupt and not pay a high price. I knew that. I'd known it since he started preaching. That was never any secret between us. He began to tell me as soon as he could, as many details as he knew. And just days before they killed him, he rode into the city without any men around him to protect him. No shield, no helmet, no horse to carry him away to safety. He was riding a donkey. Yes, to say he was for the poor, that he was one of them, but also to say, do the worst that you will. If you want me, I'm moving so slowly you can walk up to me and take me easily. It was to say, you've already won this part in this time, the bones, the flesh. It's the rest you have no power over.
He's so smooth, this guy, isn't he? Love. That's the word he keeps throwing around. Love. You should love these people, love those people. That shows you how off balance this guy is. Who in their right mind tells you you have to love anybody besides your wife and your children? There are criminals outside those gates right now who would, if they had the chance, rob you and bring harm to your families. There are Jews out there who can't be trusted. There are Ethiops out there who can't be trusted.
I was one of the Ethiops who couldn't be trusted. He was right. I wanted a life he'd worked his whole career to diminish.
You can't tell me those people should be allowed to live among people like us. I say you are smart people. You are not fools. Have you heard those hideous sounds those people make when they talk? Who knows what they're saying? Who knows what they are plotting against us?
He wasn't wrong. We had meetings. All those people behind the gates. Sometimes we met with our own people, sometimes with others. But no matter Pilate's threats, we weren't all afraid. People will say we are. People will say we were. But we weren't. We just didn't have any real power.
What does this guy want you to do when he says that you should love them, huh? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's telling you to commit suicide, ruin your businesses, and put your family's lives in jeopardy. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'd be surprised, and I'd be disappointed, because I have such faith in your intelligence as people and as a country.
I went to the local authorities. To them, I was the enemy too. I went to my neighbors. They told me, stay away from us. You're risking our lives. I tried to shame those men who claimed they'd lay down their lives for him. Why can't you stop this? And they stared it down at the ground like helpless children. If you are men, as men say they are men, if you are brothers as you claim you're brothers, I'm asking you, I'm demanding you answer me, why can't you stop this? You don't call yourself a disciple and not stand between an innocent man and the soldiers waiting for an order to drag him away.
I think people should know when they've got it good and appreciate it. You don't whine about how poor you are and then throw your clothes down in the street to have some thug's donkey stomp on them. You saw it. And there, out of defiance, there they remain.
Even if I hadn't been behind the gates, I didn't have any coats to throw down on the streets. My family was too poor. But I did throw palm branches. The whole street was covered with coats and palm branches.
You have a child. People say there's something wrong with him. He's the butt of jokes. They start to lie about him. They say what comes out of his mouth is dangerous and no one is safe around him. What some people say is a prophecy, others say is delusion. What some people call a miracle, others call a hoax. One day he comes up to you and tells you what you already know. They're going to assassinate him. And you wonder, where are the angels now?
He wants you to believe our government has killed Jews, killed families of Jews. Not true. Not true at all. We have tolerated other so-called religions because of our generosity. I look out there at all of you, and that's what I see, a kind, generous people. As your governor of our beloved Judea, I have never told you anything but the truth as I see it. And I tell you, this guy will find himself in a lot of trouble soon, of his own making. This God he keeps talking about better work fast. If I was him, I'd start praying this very minute to turn things around.
Jesus taught people many prayers. He said it would quiet our minds, take away the struggle, not take away the struggle or our fight for freedom, but give us some peace and confidence that our lives could change.
My lovely, rational, hard-working people, if you have any doubt that this deviant is nothing more than a con man, a liar, then ask yourself this: where is this God no one seems to be able to see? Where?
He came to me in a dream. He sat down next to me on the side of my bed. He took my hand. He took my hand and he said, "No matter what happens, try not to be afraid. I will leave you because I have to, but there is no one who can stop me from coming back to you. No wooden cross, no nails, no crown of thorns. There is no one." I said, "My days of being afraid are over. I know what you stand for. I know you have been far more than my son." I told him, "I'll be there, and they will all know who I am. If they come to kill me, they won't have to look for me. If they allow me to live, I'll dress in black for mourning, but my face will say, everything he has stood for wins."
Holy Word says, honor your mother and father, that you may live long in the land that God has given you. I have done my best to follow this commandment, and I have done my best to teach you to do the same. And you have honored me just as I taught you. You are a good son. And the word also tells us to act justly and love mercy, and to walk humbly with God. Yet how can I love anything? How can I love anyone when my at the sight of your broken body. I am shattered. Dear God, forgive me, and please hear me. What mother can willingly let go of her child? I know what you must do, my son, and I won't keep you from fulfilling your destiny. All I ask, son, all I ask is that you set me as a seal over your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is as strong as death. Its sparks are fiery flames and fiercest blaze of all. Mighty waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot sweep it away. Mighty waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot sweep it away.
I can't say I wasn't angry. I was fed up. I told him, they've allowed even the poorest of the poor to be beside you today. Beggars, whores, thieves, and still here I am outside the gates. You claim you represent all the people. Rabbi, I think my people are the exception. He looked at me and said, you have to trust in me and in yourself and in your people. I promise you we will open these gates together. Those who know it's their right to come in like you will walk beside us. Those who may have some fear because of the past will walk behind us. And those who have waited for generations but still have hope will walk ahead of us. And no one will have to wait for heaven because it will be here right now. I told him, I hold you to it. And he said, and I you.
I'd already laid out my black dress for mourning. He told me there would be days in between. So I sat and waited at the window for word. I looked out at the dusk, and I knew all my days and nights would never be the same. But I'm still glad to have been some small part of it. I am.
They're gonna lay down palm branches. They're gonna lay down palm branches. You're gonna enter